I make a lot of controversial statements that a lot of people don't like, and then later on the news ended up proving them true. You know, I talk about people like Ben Ali of Tunisia, Idi Amin from Uganda, and Nawaz Sharif of Pakistan, you know, Hosni Mubarak, Omar al-Bashir. And I showed you that rap and all the different people like Hissan Habra of Chad and the fugitives and people who were caught again, and how I'm willing to enforce the lid on the scum if necessary. And I talk about Lauren Gbagbo all the time, Ivory Coast, and the Robert Gui and Democratic election 2000. I reference all these things in my videos. Now, it's important to notice that on this website, which is mindspring.com, I'm only going to show you a little bit because I don't want to steal their stuff. It says history of MK Ultra's CIA program. It talks about when it started, the different duties, the hypnotism. Okay, now look at what they're saying. Let me give you this quote. Hypnosis, drugs, and psychosurgery separately and combined were the tools of this quest for the ultimate truth serum on the one hand, and the capability to create an agent who could not have his or her mission tortured out of them, or even be aware that they were carrying secret information given to them in an altered state of consciousness. The real reason they don't want to accept mental disorders, because they know that inside the pills are things that make people unstable. And in the military, they don't accept people with mental disorders, and they know that it makes you weak. The purpose of treating people with mental disorders is to break down their physical structure. This is why I'm so much smarter than everybody inherently, but my performance is always dramatically reduced because of damage to my brain from when I was forced to take medications that I didn't agree with. At reform school, at different institutions, when psychopaths and pedophiles were in charge of me, and the bootlickers had given in to their pathetic sales pitch. Now, it goes on to talk about the experience with LSD, ketamine, and etc. So they're experimenting with drugs that became street drugs to control your mind, and they know what drugs to interact with them to further break down your body and to further control you. I'm not going to go into it more, but you had your church hearings. You had all this stuff. Go to mindspring.com. I don't want to steal this guy's information. And, there's a continued conflict in Nigeria, northern Nigeria. I want to stress that this is northern Nigeria, not southern Nigeria. It's the terrorists in the north, and I'm the counterinsurgency force working with the security forces to bring down the scum. Now, it doesn't make me a snitch, but an evil revolutionary, because I do not give them information. Rather, I call out the scum, and I manipulate the scum into doing foolish things to expose who they are, so they have the same fate as their leader, Muhammad Yusuf. Now, if you understand what I am fucking saying, then you'll know that whether we're talking about the Czech president Gustav Husak resigning in December, and whether we're talking about Charter 77 and the petitions from that period of history as well, all throughout history, even Mengistu in Ethiopia, you have communists versus totalitarianism versus democracy versus monarchy, etc., versus the new republics like in Vietnam when communism died by itself. You have to understand the policies of the filth and the generals like Patton who push it. Okay? Remember Cornwallis and all the generals in the Civil War who showed no mercy to the people and went around just burning the land and killing everybody. Remember when they tested the bomb and they wiped out a whole island. Understand how the scum think and how they're willing to sacrifice everybody, and a bunch of bootlickers, a bunch of complete cowards will go along with their program, pay them taxes, lick their boots, do whatever it takes to get a higher place in their job. And every college in this nation teaches you that. So everybody who has a higher IQ, who also goes on to higher learning, they are a bunch of bootlickers. Because before I was going on to college and high school, I was scoring the top of everybody. And I went to a private school for gifted people, and out of everyone in the class, I scored the best on the SSATs. But at the school, I scored amongst the worst. That's just a small example of bias amongst the teachers in the classroom. Everything I have said is proven, from Mrs. fucking Sullivan to teachers who aren't as racist, who think the same way, who apply there's different degrees of racism, but everyone practices the same white privilege ideology that comes from the upper class white powered elite who set the standard of racism. You have to understand that the racists have set the standard so they can subtly get away with their own racism. A bunch of scum, a bunch of bootlickers, okay? From Maiduguri to all the way to fucking Edo State, there's bootlickers infiltrating the honest tribes. Fuck them. Fuck them all. I agree with the Delta region people you call terrorists. You're taking their shit, you fucking bootlickers. What do you expect? Do I feel sorry when a few fucking Western scumbags get murked or kidnapped? Fuck no. You know all the shit the devil has done on our soil, and you people don't give a shit? Oh, we're gonna emergency evac the fucking scum, the bootlickers who came to Nigeria, who came to Ethiopia to steal the knowledge and to work with the terrorists and use their expert and coercive power to get their fucking way. Oh, I'm so worried about the infiltrators, the spies who get fucking executed. You're a bunch of bootlickers for a bunch of satanic scum. Don't forget that.